In this edition of True Ghosts...
Graham, you stopped. You stopped. Tell me, what did you feel?
The most traumatic feeling I've ever had in my life.
In every major city, there are people who love ghost stories, who love to be frightened by things that go bump in the night. But there is a darker side to True Ghosts. And to explore that darker side, we return to the London of the 19th century, where, in 1888, a series of grotesque murders took place. The streets of Whitechapel in London's East End were full of prostitutes, women who became easy prey to a murderer whose nickname still strikes a chill. They called him Leather Apron, or the Whitechapel Fiend, but he signed his name Jack the Ripper. Do psychic echoes of those crimes remain? To find out, I visited murder sites with criminologist Martin Fido.
Here's where it all began, in front of that old school building that stood there, built in 1870. Here there was a gateway. In this gateway, on the 31st of August, 1888, two carters on their way to work at 3:30 a.m. found the body of Mary Ann Nichols.
Is it assumed that the body was in fact murdered?
It is known that the body was murdered here, yes. The doctors confirmed that. Her throat was cut and there was a great gash running from her breastbone to her abdomen.
From my own psychic feeling, and this is very difficult because one cannot see anything, this lady was in fact killed in an archway and brought to this spot. I'm getting that so very, very strongly.
At the next site, Martin refused to tell me where the crime took place. The actual period buildings were long gone, and only Martin knew the exact location of the crime. He asked me to walk alone down the long street to see if I could pick up any psychic echoes.
You stopped. Tell me, what did you feel?
The most traumatic feeling I've ever had in my life. I feel attuned to some horrible, bizarre occurrence that happened on that spot, and it has hit me emotionally.
Are you all right?
Yes, I am. I'm afraid I was really akin to that kind of feeling. I didn't know it could be as deep as that. Something really bad must have happened here.
Do you want to know what happened here?
I would like to very much.
It has surprised me ever since I first saw you coming down here that you pause at this precise point. This is exactly where the opening to Dutfield's yard was. And here at about 1 a.m. on the 30th of September 1888, the body of Elizabeth Stride was found. Here's where the last murder took place. There was a little brick archway there with a court. There's a door at the far side, opening into her room. Mary Jane Kelly, 26 years old, youngest and most attractive of the victims, the only one working from a room of her own. Found, having been killed in the small hours of the morning, lying on the bed, against the wall, absolutely cut to pieces. Her throat cut, the abdominal surface flesh removed in 3 great flaps and left on a table by the bed. All the organs from the abdominal cavity left on the bed with and around the body. Her heart extracted and taken away, the only thing missing. Now, Graham, I wonder if this is one which reaches to you.
This victim does not come to me as the presence of a ghost. This victim gives me total nausea in a psychic way.
No policeman who saw this body ever wanted to think about these murders again if he could help it.
If I had a choice, I would not visit this location on my own.